I'm telling you not to sell your PVC.
You are beating me. I'm selling my PVC.
Don't sell! Don't sell! Don't sell!
Yes! It is not good to sell PVC. Someone in his right senses will not sell his PVC. I will never sell my PVC. Let's go and tell people they should not sell their PVC. It's not good.
Oh boy. Oh boy, I don't blue. Alpha, where your PVC?
What's that?
See, I don't sell my own now. Sharp, sharp.
You be fool. You sell your right, now you make you dey laugh anyhow. You just sell your destiny. In fact, not only you sell your children's destiny, joy. You sold your PVC for 1,500 and you are jumping up and down. See, let me tell you something. I'm a Yoruba boy. Yoruba people say, téèyàn bá wá owó lọ, tó bá pàdé ìjì lọ́nà, á padà sílé ni. When you don't go outside, you no see money, come back home, you sold your PVC and you are happy, you are jumping like a dog. You know, I'm disappointed in you. I'm very, very disappointed in you. Get on my side, Joe. You got the happy, the flower panda.
All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are now starting officially. And I have a very short documentary, as I said earlier, that I want to play. But before we do so, I want us to properly familiarize, like introduce ourselves. All right. So, my name is Segun Olo. I'm the publisher of Objective Media. What I've done today is that if you see downstairs, we have so many people downstairs, but we cannot have everybody come upstairs, and we decided not to also use downstairs to avoid shaku rowdiness. But what we do, we have leaders in sports, community leaders in religion. Femi Emmanuel is on his way. We have representatives from Olota of Ota's Palace that is also coming. He's also a young guy who is also inclined about Nigerians getting better country. And we also have young people that are contesting here today. So let's make this preview very quick so that we can join our Shaku brothers downstairs and take the message to them. And then we all can also go back to our communities and share this message with people. The ones that are taking, when election is just a few minutes to go. That is why we are doing this day as we fund. As I said, if you still need drink, they will give you. Just call on the waitress. I don't know, this mic cannot go far, but you can introduce yourself, or you just stand, you say your name, I help you amplify it. Because this mic is also what I'm using for people who are watching abroad. All right, so from my left, Mr. OCJ, Okparachi Debere Jonathan. Please, can you stand for recognition? All right, that's OCJ. OCJ is the National Coordinator of Advocates for Grassroots Sports and Visions Foundation. So please, a round of applause for him. He's also the coach of Sparrow Soccer Academy. God bless you. If you go to school 3, he's okay. He's the local chairman of the ANR, Abundant Nigeria. Please, a round of he occupies many capacities. So a round of applause for him. You are welcome. Yes. We are live, please. Just control yourself. Then, beside him is one of his. Round of applause for him. Your name, please. Kenneth Agbala. Yes, I remember now. Yes. God bless you. Yeah. Thank you. Well, next to him, next to OCJ, is an aspirant for, please, can you rise? Constituency you are running from your party. Victor Oluwasegun. Assembly. Ado Constituency 1 under the umbrella of African Action Congress. Round of applause. Next to him, we call him DJ Soil. Please, can you for recognition and proper introduction, please. All right, you're welcome. He's a DJ. He's an entertainment person too. Ex-entertainer like Azados and co. All right. Next to him is I used to call her Doopsy, but she's now Fumi or Fumite or Wiz Baby. She was a colleague when we were at the Lagos State Polytechnic. I was studying with me. She was studying accountancy, right? Yeah, she was in the accountancy department. Hand up for proper recognition. You have to be up now because of time. So please, a round of applause for her. And the people with her, please, can you all stand for record? Just mention your names. We know you came. That is a constituency on their own. They came from Oni, Ale, and Ologbo. Am I correct? Aha. So you're welcome. All of you. Round of applause for yourselves. And next, the person in cap. Please, can you stand for proper recognition, or maybe the two of you together? Can we know your names so that we can meet you? Odumaki Ayo. Olumaki. Welcome, man. Are you also Olumaki, sir? Okay, you are Olumaki male. We are pleased to meet you, sir. Francis Abayomi. You are welcome, sir. Can we know your constituency, sir? Are you contesting too? Okay. All right, and next. Oladimeji Oladende. Comrade. Okay, you with there. Welcome, sir. The rest of the persons there. Kende. Adasho Funjo. On a good day. Otherwise, we no go come out. You're welcome, sir. And the next, Rafiu Jimo. Afis Jimo. Take it back. Take it back. All right. J Money. J Money is here. Smile and see. You can't hide. Come. Abel, come. People have to see you. We are streaming live, so people have to see you. In fact, you're going to give us song today. Hey, smile and see. You're not singing. I'm an active man. You're welcome. That is okay, because people have to see you training. That is Smile and See. Smile and See, you are welcome. And then Smile and See is a rap artist, by the way. One of the biggest in Otta as we speak right now. You can see it the way he's dressed. J Money is a comedian. You are welcome, J Money. And where is Peacemaker? Okay, it's anchoring downstairs. And this is King Edward. Edward. If you see, you understand why they call him Edward. You're welcome, King Edward. That is Oluwasegun Femi Lawrence. Am I correct, ma? The Peacemaker's darling wife. And some people are just walking in. You are all welcome. So we are expecting representatives from the palace. We are expecting Honorable Olushesi. He said on his way. Once he comes in, we will allow him to introduce himself. And more people are still coming in, as you can see. Well, what are we here today? I am here to say good to have fun. We should have fun. Am I correct? Good. Today is a special day. This is the kind of day that people. Am I correct? This is the kind of day people will spend what they don't spend on ordinary day. Am I correct? This is also the day that people deserve their midnight energy, so that after drinking and everything, they return home to go and do something. Am I correct? That makes it special. But what makes it even more special is that we are of also making another history in Nigeria. And what history are we making? Election is just 2 days to go. And I know that a lot of us complain about things in this country. Am I correct? If the statistics of people that complain in this country is something to go, Buhari should not win election. Atiku should not win election again. Am I correct? Because bad road, bad electricity, and in this country, and the people that are saying that, all of those people that are actually step out to which are here. Everybody has rights to choose whoever they feel should represent them, whether at the local level, state level, senatorial districts, and even at the federal level. Something that we have to do, and at this point I want to slide for all of us. The slide I want to do is this. Can you see the man on that screen? Who is he? I have changed the picture. Who is this other person? Is he the same person, Abi? Okay. Look at the next picture. Who is this one? What is the difference between when he was wearing uniform and now? It's just the age, Abi. Is he the same person? Now look at this. Can you see this one? Some of you went to school before OBJ started National Open University of Nigeria. He graduated and is still the person controlling power. And you're expecting the country to be good. What can change? Now let me leave OBJ and move on to another person. 1 second. I want to bring another person for you now. I'm sorry, it's taking some time. Okay, this is the second person. And you're going to tell me his name. Huh? Do you know his age and what year this picture was taken? The age as of this time. This was in the 80s, 1983. How many of us were born in 1983? How many of us here were born in 1983? So that means 1983, how many of us were born? Maybe just 2 of us, right? I wasn't born then. Look at the picture going forward. What was he doing here? One house, please. What was he doing here? He was the head of state. He was being inaugurated. Yes or no? Forward. Who is this person? What year is this one? What is your age? Between the age when he was that head of state and now, how many years? And you people still want him for another 4 years. The man that is no longer aware of where he is. Look at the next picture. Can you see this one? Now, the first picture of when he was being inaugurated and this one, what is the difference? The khaki and the agbada and then the age. Now, what has changed about Nigeria since all of these people have been the same people we are seeing? What has changed about Nigeria? Almost nothing. Why do you think it is so? Do you know when we got our independence? What was the time Malaysia got independence? That all of us are now running to Malaysia. We are now using it to song. Osare sare, Olokawe, Oshishe shishe, Oriba Malay, Oriba Eshe, Osasha Gbadola. We are now using Malaysia to sing. Now, some people will say they are going abroad. What is the meaning of abroad? No, what is the meaning of abroad? Abroad means you are going to somewhere that is a greener pasture, Abi. But I want to ask you a question. If you are a citizen of America and you are resident in America, do you want to travel abroad? No, where is abroad? Where? If you are in the US and you are an American citizen, where is abroad? Where is abroad? It means the reason we are shouting abroad is because our own country is what? Is whack. But what is the solution? So what do you think is the problem with this? Leadership. So what do you think is the solution? If the problem is leadership, what do you think is the solution? Revolution. Revolution by blood. And there's the other revolution by what? By ballots. In 2 days' time, another opportunity revolution is one that does not cost blood. No, I have one, and I want to the solution. I want to play a very short profile of the person that I think, and you will agree with me that is the solution. And the reason we are looking at, when we are looking at solution for this country, we are looking at somebody that can solve this problem. Am I correct? And in solving this problem, we are looking at somebody that can fight this cabal. What do you think changed the problem in Ghana? It was because they had a revolution. That means we need a Rollins in Nigeria, yes or no? A JJ Rollins, see, I have spoken to Halu, I have interviewed Durotoye, not properly, and I have followed them to their town halls. And I've also listened to their interviews. And I've also listened to Sowore. But you know what? Mahalu cannot practice ideas in a country that does not have, in a country where cabals don't allow you to practice your idea. They are but they are not allowed to work. Allowed. Durotoye will not be allowed. We need a fighter. And that is why I'm presenting a fighter that can stop these cabals to you. Ladies and gentlemen, join me as I play short profiles of the person that I want to present to you as my own solution, and I'm sure you will agree with me, at least to some extent. Thank you for your attention.
Omoyele Sowore is a Nigerian citizen journalist who has a history of openly opposing his country's government. So much so that he says he's been detained several times and endured many police beatings. Now a world away in New York City, Sowore uses the internet to continue writing about corruption in his country's politics. Adeola Oladele
about the good, the bad and the ugly in Nigerian politics. SaharaReporters.com was created by Omoyele Sowore, a self-trained citizen journalist. Although he's a Nigerian citizen, he says his country considers him persona non grata.
The government doesn't recognize that I have enough rights to travel into Nigeria like every regular Nigerian because I dare to be different from everybody.
To him, being different means writing to expose corruption and injustices in his country. Omoyele says his website gets more than 1 million page views every month. Some of the stories receive more than 100 comments.
But the reason why the word Sahara came was for a few reasons. One, because I'm fascinated by geographical features, being a geography graduate myself. And secondly, I just looked at it and said, since I'm not a journalist, I'm just like a practitioner of this trade inside the desert where there's really not much hope for success. But I'm going to do it regardless, which means that I'm taking on a challenge that I have no idea how far it will go.
Taking up a challenge is not a new thing for the 38-year-old. He was the president of the student union while a student at Lagos State University in Nigeria. During his tenure, he led thousands of students in rallies against military rule and injustices.
This powerful group, we also march along with them.
I had suffered immense torture as a student activist who had protested against the military. I haven't been detained, beaten up by the police and the military.
In 1999, he found a way to fly to the U.S. Then he went on to get a degree in International and Public Affairs at Columbia University. In 2005, he launched SaharaReporters.com. He also posts the articles on Facebook and Twitter.
Yes, man. How are you? I was trying to check up on a particular record of an individual who probably had a rape case over there. You know, what I just did was to invite all my friends and say, do you have any news? Do you have any information about what's going on in Nigeria? And they say, how do we write it? They said, send me a text message or talk to me on the phone, and I'll sit down and write stories. Then look for some other friends and say, can you edit this story for me, you know?
Omoyele soon faced the challenges of being a publisher. In 2008, he wrote an article that questions the tie between the Nigerian Attorney General and a Nigerian lawyer, Paul Ohi. Ohi sued him for libel and $25 million. That case was later dismissed. And that's not all.
I've had to give up more of my freedom in terms of being able to go to Nigeria. Even in terms of being able to move freely around, because as some of these reports became more powerful, challenges the status quo, and there's been a lot of threats.
His major challenge now is having enough financial support for the website. However, he says he'll find a way to continue because of what he believes.
If you solve Nigeria's problem, myriads of political, social, and cultural problems, it will just infect the rest of Africa almost instantly. And this is what I think the rest of the world doesn't understand about Nigeria.
In other words, as Nigeria goes, so goes the rest of Africa. For independent sources, I'm Adeola Oladele.
Well, Chief Abiola, I'd like to confirm the kind of relationship you have now with the president.
President Babangida is a friend. Just look at the house, take the snap.
Let me quickly explain what happened there. You just saw a short profile of Omoyele Sowore, but the next video that is playing now, and I'm going to make it very short too, is Omoyele Sowore was fighting in 1993 against, he was fighting three things at the same time. He was fighting the military to leave power. That's why you see him beside MK Abiola in that next video. At the same time, fighting against the management of Unilag so that they will not increase school. That is why somebody like me was able to go to Unilag without having to pay through. Then fees would be so exorbitant that somebody like me will not be able to go to school. Sowore has the kind of arts Awolowo has, such that Awolowo wanted free education and he was sponsoring it. So Sowore did not want, they offered him money and the best card, which was Sowore rejected it, which a lot of our and non-people accept today. Sowore said no, it's not about that. It's about people that will come to school after we have left. You don't want them to be looking for to go. He fought for it, and 7 years down the line, I went to Unilag in 2012. School fees was as less than 10,000 naira. It was fought for that serving of applause, and I think we should give a round of applause for that. Actually, that was the second thing Omoyele Sowore was fighting at the time. He was fighting so much that they gave him poisonous lead substance, and they also dealt with him so severely. But we thank God that today, Omoyele Sowore is still alive, that it has not finished. He needs political power to finish that job. He can no longer be on the left wing and be shouting, this is bad, fighting and protesting every day. He needs political power to go and correct those things he's shouting for every day. Do you think if power gets in the hand of an Omoyele Sowore, do you think this country will be better, yes or no? Am I saying something? As a result, therefore, Sowore is now contesting. But let me show you the rest of the clip. Sowore with
Shot of all the pictures in the house. You will find more of his pictures in my house than my own pictures. We've been friends for over 20 years. Very.
I can assure you that in a position where to do. Let me inform you that it is either we or
anyways, what we should do therefore is that it turns out that some people are playing some this session, but let me summarize it for you. The next video you will see, Sowore leading students to go and fight against me at the time. Sowore was facing alone with students, facing armor tank, and saying, I am ready to lay down my life because it is worth it. And I tell you, if you are all looking for alternative to Buhari, to this man. Hello, 1, 2. Okay. Man, very careful.
I swear, even if they are going to kill me, I will do it. And I'm also not going to enrich members of my family, but my friends. Are my friends not entitled to be enriched?
What in your view, is corruption?
Well, in my view, in corruption is the use of your privileged position to either enrich yourself or enrich your relatives or even your friends.
Okay. And so would it be fair for
in other words, abuse of office.
I don't know if you heard what he said. Did you hear it? When Atiku was VP, they sold NEPA, they sold Nitel, they sold everything to themselves. That was why eventually the people that wanted to make this country better had to resign because they didn't allow them work. Somebody like Batanaji resigned from the power ministry. I'm not praising people, but I'm saying they are fine ideas that they did not allow to work. Now, I want to ask you one more question. Atiku says he wants to sell, when it comes to power now, if you vote him, he wants to sell NNPC. Did you hear that? Who did he say he wants to sell it to? Are you Atiku's friend? Now, ladies and gentlemen, you are still clamoring, we are still shouting that fuel is expensive because they remove subsidy. But now that they want to kukuma sell NNPC, what do you think? All right, so do you think that if Atiku comes to power, petroleum, the cost of petrol will go down, remain, or go up? What do you think? It will go up because they want to sell it to themselves. And they are selling it to themselves to make profits. Am I right? Don't also forget that it was him and Obasanjo that first increased the price of petrol. Do you remember that? They want to come back and kukuma sell NNPC. If you are looking for alternative, is Atiku an alternative? But I have a solution. The guy we are reading his profile now. And I want to show you a simple way that we can do our revolution without blood. This year, the ballot is going to be shrunk. They will shrink it because there are about 73 parties on the ballot this year. But guess what? The solution is not far. The solution is just number 3. Meta lokon lolong, right? So the number 3 position of AAC is exactly very perfect And I think AAC deserves a round of applause for this. Yes, thank you. Now, this paper is going to go round, and I'm going to give some of us copies that we will take to our communities to go and share. It is called voter education specimen, just to show people how to vote, how to change this country. We have been advised, because there are so many parties here on the ballots, if you use your thumb to print more than 2 parties, and the vote will be voided. So you only need to vote 1 party. Therefore, you are advised to use just the tip of your finger. Number 3 on the ballot paper. Number 3. Number what? Meta lateweye. Number 3 on the ballot. If you have solution in number 3, why do you want to go all the way down to go and look for P for problem when solution is at number 3? Why should we go all the way down to look for P for problem? 3 is just at the top. So, can you help me pass for people? And by the time we are done here, we'll go downstairs and meet people at that poolside, people that are partying downstairs. We'll educate them and give them copies. Till I will reach house late at night, I'll be giving people on the road. Ladies and gentlemen, my own solution is Sowore, and I've come to present it to you. He is not here physically, but all of us here are Sowores. Am I correct? Yes, because you want solution, I want solution. Deep down, we are Sowores. All of us are Sowores. Atiku does not represent my generation. Buhari does not represent my generation. And we have also experienced Buhari for 4 years. We have experienced Atiku and Obasanjo for 16 previous years. How far now? Nothing. So it is only Sowore that can represent my own aspiration as a young person who is looking for a better country. So if you are looking for the same solution I'm looking for, that means we are all looking for Sowore. Yes or no? So there's a Sowore in you if you are truly desirous of change for this country. I'm not saying you should work for your APC at your local level. Do it. But let people know that for those local people to be able to work at all, they need an enabling federal policy that can only be championed by a Sowore at the top. So work for whoever you want to work for at your local level. But that top, now Sowore go do am for us. I hope I've made this point very clear, and I'm sure that you all agree with. If you agree with me, please let's do a round of applause to signify our agreement. Aha, yo, God bless you. All right. So at this point, I want to invite Engineer Francis to say further, very briefly, on what I've just talked about. Let's welcome him with a round of applause, please.
No retreat. You know why I'm saying no retreat, no surrender? We have a lot of parties, political parties, that are going back right now. But we, under the leadership of our president, our principal, we are taking it back. What are we taking it back? We are taking back our bad roads. We are taking back our education. We are taking back our freedom. We are taking back security. Taking back. Let me. I met him over 20 years ago while we were in. He was a student union leader. And when we go out, school rioting, starts on I'm also a member. After June 1993, when our money to Dubai, the time of Yaradua when he died. He exposed me. We decided to follow Buhari. Buhari was elected. The cabal, it decided is the contribution from you. We are not using matches. Nobody. Uh, 16th. We also have
Hello? Okay. So, people that are watching are saying that there's no sound. But I hope that by now you can hear us. If you are watching online, please confirm that there is sound now. We have over 400 people watching on YouTube, about 50 on Facebook. I don't know why Facebook is not really agog about this thing, but YouTube is feeling the charge. Well, having done that, I want Smile and See, as a big wig in entertainment, to give us a word. You have seen the documentary screening, the short documentary, a presentation about the relationship. What do you feel about Sowore? You have been hearing about him, no doubt. You may not have showing interest as an entertainer, no doubt. But after our interaction today, what do you feel about a Sowore presidency, if we have him? Please come forward and tell us something. Applause for him.
Yeah, good evening, everybody. Good evening. Yeah, I've known Sowore now for a couple of years. Yeah, and, for a while now. And I think around last year, I did a song. So I had a song titled Take It Back around last year. Do you understand? So, and I actually feel is like the right person for us. He should be our Messiah. Do you all understand? But Nigerian settings at times, it gets to the B. So I feel it's the person for us. It might not be this, it might be a couple of years, but I know some way, somehow, sometime, definitely it's going to rule Nigeria. Sowore is going to rule Nigeria. Trust me. You can keep that word. I said it because he's still very young, very vibrant, and he's just the right person for us. Trust me. That's it.
Thank you so much, Smilancy. Smilancy is a musician, and he said that early last year he had a song for Sowore. I want a song. Okay, please. I want you to play it for us. But that is why you are loading it, because I also want to hear it. I didn't even know until you just started saying it now, and I'm very happy that someone like Smile and See is already did a song for Sowore. You didn't know we are Sowore. No, I didn't tell people we are coming for Sowore. I only called it.
You know what? I have a couple of events this night, so I called my producer. I told him, look, I need a new song to perform today. So I told him a particular one, but he now called me. He said, there is this song on his system titled Take It Back that himself and some other colleagues in the studio actually feeling that sound like, it's the real jive for the moment. Do you understand? So he had to mix the song for me today, send it to my phone like about 45 minutes ago. Like seriously. I'll play here, you listen to it. I think it's a good vibe.
A round of applause for Smile and See. Well, without wasting time, while he's loading it, I want Asombe to quickly tell us what constituency is representing. Tell people who are going to be voting what area does your constituency cover, so that if they are going to vote, they know it is you voting for. Please, a round of applause for Asombe.
All right, thank you very much. Once again, my name is Honorable Olawoye. Under the umbrella of African Action Congress, AAC. And in Ado-Daughter Constituency 1, which covers, we have 8 wards under Ado-Daughter Constituency 1. We have Ota 1, Ota 2, Ota 3, Songo, Ijoko, down to Ilogo, then Ijako, Sona, Aton, Iju, Oloruda, then we have Togate, Abule Roko. That's where Constituency 1 covers. And I believe this is the best time for youth to stand up and fight for our rights. They've said much about Omoyele Sowore. I also finished from University of Lagos, and I know Omoyele Sowore to be an activist and the right man for the job now. It will be so painful if we used to allow these old cabals to come back into power February 16. Because if you look at the trend so far, we have the 2 mega party, which is the PDP and APC, and it's the same set of people that have been moving from one party to the other. Though so many people say on the street, we don't know your party, we don't do this, you people don't do rally. We do rallies. But it's not as huge as other party has resources to do them. And I like one thing that Omoyele Sowore is doing, and his crew, like Olo, going down to the grassroots to mobilize people. And that's what we've been doing. I think we've covered almost every area in Ado-Daughter. Though the sound might not be that so loud, but I believe everybody, majority of people in Ado-Daughter now know Ado-Daughter, now know AAC in Ado-Daughter. And I must be sincere with you, we are, in Nigeria as a whole, AAC is the third force. Though we have so many other youths contesting for presidency, but Omoyele Sowore has become a threat to them all. So I will employ us to come together in mass, tell our friends there that Omoyele Sowore is the right man for the job. Let's join our hands together come February 16. Let's go out, tell our members everywhere to go and vote AAC. Olo has shown it to us. AAC is on number 3. You don't need to go down to go and look for any other party. Just look at the number 3 and put your finger there and leave the rest to God. We have monitoring officers around. It will be very difficult for them to rig this election because youths are hungry this time around. And we are not, I was at somewhere yesterday, last night, and people, some of the youth were telling me they were dropped out from school. They said they need another person, that they are not happy with what they are doing. Though they move around, they were, PDP, APC, all these parties have used them long ago to snatch ballot boxes and do all manner of things. But this time around, they said they want to shine their eyes. They want to see what is going to happen at the polling unit. So I want to encourage ourselves to make sure we go to the polling unit, cast your vote. Don't be discouraged with the numbers that, oh, I don't think people know about AAC, I don't know this. No, people are aware about AAC. And as a candidate in Ota, we've held series of empowerment programs to encourage youth, to empower youth. And if I'm given the opportunity to represent Ado-Daughter Constituency 1, we're going to do more on that. And not only that, we have other agendas like transportation, free transportation that we propose. We all know that House of Assembly representative is saddled with the responsibility of passing bill. We are going to ensure we pass the right bill. We look at what do our people need in our constituency. We make sure we pass effective bill. And not only that, we ensure that the constituency fund is used for the right thing. And I want to encourage us once again, irrespective of our party, let's go out, vote AAC, vote Sowore. Thank you and God bless you.
Thank you so much. And I want to do that 1 minute each to speak so that we don't stretch it too long. All right? So I want to call on Soil to come and have one word with us, please. A round of applause for Soil. He's Sadiq, but we call him Soil, son of the soil.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening, everybody. Good evening. Good evening. I recognize the presence of everybody around. Smile and see honorable. I greet everybody. Later, let me just say, at first, I introduced myself as an ex-entertainer. Yeah, I introduced myself as an ex-entertainer because I dropped entertainment long time ago. Because I've sat down and I've observed this country we have. And I see that we really have problem. The problem we have is beyond what words can actually express. Because I've actually seen everybody voicing out their mind and all that. And I can see that almost every one of us have the same mind. I introduce myself as a well-wisher at the same time. Why I call myself a well-wisher? I said I introduced myself as a well-wisher because I want progress for Nigeria. And that's the reason why I'm here, because a long time ago I gave up on Nigeria. But because of people like Omoyele Sowore, after seeing his profile and after taking time to really study him, all the struggles they have involved themselves in, I can see that my spirit actually moved with him. And I see that he's a person that can actually deliver us from the bondage we are in this country. And that's the reason why as a well-wisher, I am employing Nigeria to do the right thing and take our country back from all these gladiators. Thank you very much.
A round of applause for him, please. Hey, representing the sports community, can we have 1 minute word from you? Let's come and talk about what we have done together today. Omoyele Sowore, are you willing to take Sowore to your sporting community? God bless you. I know you don't want Nigeria to go backwards now. Sure.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Accused of anti-party. Yeah, I'm a para Chidiebere. Can I go on? Okay, hello. It takes effort that this particular words I do use at any of my gathering, that if termite legs will come together, they will surely break a clay pot. But one thing there is, I am a party man, a member of Abundant Nigeria Renewal Party, and I happen to be the local government chairman of my party. But I believe that with agreement and unity of purpose, I believe we will cut an edge. Yeah, let me subscribe to what Smile Ansi said. If not now, I know that definitely someday Sowore will be the president of this country. Yeah, before the commencement of this program, I told Olo that after this election, myself, my particular self, I will start the journey towards the election of the year 2023. God spare him alive. Because I believe that the likes of Sowore, Tokpe Fashua, Mogalu, they came too late to declare their interest to run for the office of the president. But let us see how far it goes. Yeah, I'm a Sowore, yes, just take that, because even my party vice chairman at Ogun State level do call me Adoduota Sowore, and I'm very happy that I've been subscribed to that name. But let's just have it in mind that we have different people from different parties at this gathering. But Sowore is for every one of us. I am for Sowore, but if not now, definitely someday, Sowore will become the president of this country. And from the sporting angle, yeah, I am the national coordinator for a newly registered NGO, Advocate for the Grassroots Sport Foundation. What we just want is the educational voters. We need to go out and educate our voters, the populace. Let them know what we want, what they need to do. It's high time they stop selling their conscience for the porridge. Because after this election, let's have it in mind that we still have the journey of 4 years. And the question is, the inducement, the little token given to you, how far will it take you? So for this reason, I will not be selling my conscience. And if I should go by it, I believe I, Jonathan, will give my vote to Sowore. Yes, I'm saying it publicly here. Because what we want now is cooperation and synergy. We should put aside our self-ego and think about the prosperity of our people. So I'm standing here today as a person, not on behalf of any other group, but my particular self, and declare that I will be voting the person of Sowore. But let's see have it in mind that after this election, what if he didn't win? Let's start working in earnest towards 2023. But I believe soonest everything will change for good. But it takes my effort and your effort. Thank you very much. Hold on.
Hello. Thank you very much, OCJ. Let me bring J Money. I know you belong to, you are confused whether it is APC or APM. You don't even know. You are in APM. Okay, fine. Who is your presidential candidate? Buhari is in APC. Confused. Anyways, as a confused person, we have solution to your problem. No, come forward, come forward. I know you are confused. I can help you. Now, the Buhari you people are campaigning for is a very old man. He doesn't even know you. And the other man in Ogun State government house is also creating problem in your APC. Few months ago, all of you were APC. Suddenly, APM stroke APC, and you say you are not confused. Brother, AAC is, yeah, Sowore is a better option. Don't you think so? Let me hear your view. Let me just hear.
Well, I know many of you want to hear what I would say. You want to hear from me. As you can see, I am a member of APM now. We are not confused. But I was sincere with myself and with all of us here that so okay. All right. Hello. One.
Hello, can you hear me? Just talk, I'll hold it for you.
No, let me. Hello. I can talk. Now, let me just say this before I drop the mic. Sowore is a youth, and that is why I always tell most of our youth that we should support the youth. But if not for the fact that we belong to one political don't worry. Okay, if not for the fact that we belong to one political party, you know, everyone, even Ola knows that we are going to work so much for Sowore. But I'm going to promise one thing, because I want to register myself in Sowore's ambition. So this is my own promise. If I can know the, what do they call it, their agent, party agent and all that, I think we can work together, but I won't say anything beyond that, so that you will not quote me because we are on air. But we can work together to just make something, and I will register my own part and my own effort in Sowore's ambition. Thank you very much.
Bless you. Thank you very much. They're already announcing his name. can work together to make sure that, I'm sure you don't have a presidential candidate in your party. You may have, but you know you don't have. When I say you don't have, you know what I mean. Because that person may not reflect or represent your aspiration as a young person. And we have been talking about Sowore as an alternative for all of us. Sowore will not be your APC or Accord or ABM or whatever party. But Sowore is somebody that we all know that regardless of party, he represents our generation and our aspiration. Therefore, it becomes important that while you are working for your local party, you also tell people that the person that can provide the enabling policies at the federal level for us to be able to work is a Sowore, so that you can also work as a grassroots level for a Sowore. That is the conclusion we all had here today. So Ashwadi, please, in few seconds or minutes, talk to people, the constituency you are representing, how they can vote for you. How, if you are, for instance, if you are living in Songo, you get sacked. Atom, you are in my constituency. The party to vote for House of Rep is my party. But at the federal level, as you are going, and we also shared sample of how people can vote. Specimen of how people can vote. We'll give you some copies too. Why they are voting for you? Because I'm also supporting you as a young person. We are also not just being young, we're not useless young. There are many useless young people. You are not useless, but you are not in AAC. Why they are voting for you in your party? How to vote for AAC and the presidency is here. I'll give you some copies too. You are welcome, sir. Thank you. So you have the floor.
All right. Let me start by saluting us all. And in my usual way, anywhere I go to, I usually exalt the name of the Lord. So I would say praise the Lord. Thank you so much. All right. It's not enough to be a young person. I keep saying that. And we are not just saying we just want to contest. We are saying we need to break from the norm. What is the norm? The norm is what you just saw. That people who are above the retirement age in the civil service, in the public service, are still saying they want to serve us. Now, the genuinity of that service is questionable. Because if you say at 65, people should retire from normal public work life, and you are 70 upward, you are still saying you want to serve the country. In what capacity? Do you really have the capability? Are you in line, are you in tune with the 21st century leadership qualities that can take Nigeria from a third world country to a developed country? Now, those are the questions that we already have answers to. And the answer is simply no. These people can't actually do it. They've been tested and we can't trust them further. And that's why we're saying, as young people, we are coming out because we have the character, we are coming out because we have the competence, and we are coming out because we have the capacity to truly lead this country to the so-called next level that some are chanting now. But sincerely speaking, this next level is in our hands. We know where to get to. They say a good leader will take his people from where they are to where they want to be. But take note, a great leader will take his people from where they are to where they ought to be. That's the power of foresight, and that's what we have as young people. We have insight, we equally have foresight. We know where we are going and we are pushing ourselves there. Now, I am saying, of course, I want to represent Oluwasegun Federal Constituency. If not, honorably or arguably, the largest federal constituency in Nigeria. I think Ali Moshoff may actually be sharing that same title with Oluwasegun. But as we speak today, we have over 322 registered voters in Oluwasegun. As at the last census, they said we have 520-something thousand. That was 2006. I beg to say that we must have doubled by now. Over 1 million inhabitants are in this federal constituency. And for all this while that I've been growing up in this constituency, we have never had any viable, any vibrant, any strong representation at the National Assembly. As a matter of fact, even in the State Assembly, we've not had it. And we are saying enough is enough. The time to show forth what we really have is now. And I'm saying I want to represent Oluwasegun Federal Constituency on a platform of accord. February 16th, the whole world will come out to vote for president. But they don't usually know that they equally need to pay attention to who represents them at the National Assembly. So, if you have not been paying attention to who represents you, Asiwaju is giving you a reason to come out on February 16th to vote Asiwaju as the next representative, to vote Accord as the party that will field the next representative of Ado in the Federal Constituency in the National Assembly. So please, tell your neighbors, tell your friends, Accord is the first party on the ballot paper. No question about that position. Even when we had more other parties registered, Accord did not, leave in space at that first place. And I think the name Accord and the space they have, they have on the ballot paper aligns with my name. Asiwaju, we are always at the top, we are always at the front. So tell anybody that cares to know that the time is now for us to take over the reins of power from these old folks of ours who have not helped us this far. And for us to go further and further, we need a new train. And the new train is Asiwaju, the new train is Accord. So please, let's spread the gospel. Let's tell all eligible voters in Abeokuta to vote Asiwaju. Thank you so much. God bless you. And to have a better leadership, Asiwaju wants to be in the legislative arm. We need a good head in the executive arm. And as we speak today, just like my friend said, my party may have a presidential candidate. But as we speak today, I stand for the biggest constituency in Nigeria, which is the youth constituency. I stand for creativity. I stand for innovation. I stand for 21st century leadership, and that can be found in move of Moyele, Sowore, 880. So, let the world know that I, Asiwaju, I am not a psychopath. I, Asiwaju, I am not a mediocre. I will stand for what is right anytime, any day. I stand with Sowore for president. Thank you so much. Yes, boss. Don't worry, we'll do everything together. Alright. This one is going to move forward. Thank you so much.
So I know your aspirations. I've been following your site for a very long time.
Okay.
And I'm very happy that finally we are all on the same page. So it is certain this country will definitely move forward.
Of course.
This country has no choice at this point.
Of course. I'm crazily optimistic about it.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Mama.
Thank you so much.
Alright.
So how to vote a AAC?
Okay.
Number 3, we have drawn specimens that can also use to enlighten people and grow your community.
Thank
so
God.
One more.
Thank God my party's logo is on the specimen.
2. But the one that is completed says...
I understand. And I hope the world knows that this time around we have to fold in words.
Yes.
You understand? So that our thumbprint will not reflect on another party's. So we fold in words, and we press, make it flat, and we drop it inside the box. Yes, we need to protect our vote. But most importantly, play your whole role first by casting your vote. Let's cast the vote, and I'm pretty sure the vote will count.
Thank you so much, Asiwaju. I think at this point we have all tried. Many people left because most of them are housewives.
Okay, yeah.
And their husbands have been calling them, so they have to leave. And I also understand that they have to leave because it was already getting late.
Today is Valentine.
Yeah, today is that. And they want to, after taking some bus, you don't want to knock on the road. You have to be there back. But you already got the message and you already have copies. So thank you so much, Asiwaju. At this point, people that are watching all over the world, we are closing now. And then all of us can come together and maybe do a shout out. So, we are done. But we are not done. We still want to go downstairs. If you look downstairs, I don't know if the camera can. there's no doubt about that anymore at this point. So, ladies and gentlemen, since the party we have all resolved to support and the candidate we have all resolved to support and the presidency is Omoyele Sowore, we are all going to shout AAC, take it back, action. Let's go. 1, 2, go. AAC, take it back. Take it back, action. AAC, take it back. Take it back, action. You don't want to go backwards, though. You want to go where? Forward never, backward never. No going back. I'll see you guys later. Alright, thank you. Sign out. Babu, okay. I shall go. Okay.